Hey, this is Anney
and Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio. And welcome to another edition of Happy Hour. As always with these, if you choose to drink or whatever you choose to do, please do so responsibly. Samantha, are you sipping on anything?
I'm keeping up with my bubble water because we are plowing through our episodes here.
We are. We're getting through a lot. Yeah. I think today's going to be a fun one. Okay. So I have been watching the new season of Only Murders in the Building, which, if you don't know, not a sponsor, is about a podcast called Only Murders in the Building. And before on this show, we've discussed, especially I enjoy watching media examples of podcasts. It kind of tickles me. And this season already has given me a lot that I've enjoyed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Okay. So, we've talked about it before. We've talked about one of the first times I saw this in media was Halloween. Halloween has the new movie, the first of the new movies, had a kind of podcast team that was, researching Michael Myers, and there was just so many things that if I was being petty, I'd be like, never would they record from that distance. Never, I say. Of course, they were probably smart too, because he ended up, murdering them.
Yep.
But yeah, things like that. And then we've discussed Sex and the City before, the reboot, and how it's kind of more like a radio call-in
right
situation.
Still makes me laugh. That's never been a thing.
No, we attempted it. Stuff They Don't Want You to Know, and among other shows, used to have a landline number that people could call and leave. But I think it was more of a leave message situation and less of a...
Yeah. I think we actually have one, don't we? Now?
I think we did. I don't think anybody
don't call us. We don't listen to it, obviously, because we don't know.
No, and there was one, I think, short form show that is on our network. They did try to do the call-in, but it was a very difficult endeavor. And to me, it just doesn't feel like a podcast necessarily. That feels more like a radio show with a call-in aspect, which is what was going on in Sex and the City. I haven't seen the rest of the new ones, but I know that they did delve into ads and the difficulty of doing that, which makes me laugh. There are also a couple of shows that I know I've watched, usually horror shows, where it's sort of a podcast mystery trying to solve situation. And, this is all very self-indulgent because, again, I just feel like I haven't really seen podcasting in this way in media until now. But Only Murders in the Building, we've discussed before about how they podcast and, kind of in open areas, perhaps, where you're normally not going to do that. But generally, you can tell. I feel like you can tell the people involved listen to podcasts.
Right.
It's a very kind of fun send-up of podcast. And they're really leaning into it this season, I have to say. And I'm going to do my best not to spoil anything. Although I have to say, the internet, I love this. They feel like they've already solved the killer.
Oh, really?
There's only been 3 episodes. And the person that... I would say there's 2 main people they're saying it is. And one of them literally not been introduced. Been in the background.
Oh, wow.
But they're like, definitely her.
Definitely him or her. Okay.
Love it. If it is her, I'm going to die laughing. That's so funny.
Do you think they would switch it up? The writers? Be like, they've already guessed we have to switch things up.
They do read the Reddit. They've said they do.
Yeah.
And they have an official podcast and it says it at the top, which is another thing I kind of find humorous about so many shows I love is now they have the official podcast.
Well, now we got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I know they're reading it, and I know that I feel like they know. Like, one thing I didn't realize is that all of the killers have in their last name something that hints at how they kill people.
Oh.
And there's some characters they haven't revealed the last name of, but they know we're looking for that, so they might change the whole thing.
They're gonna switch it up now.
Yeah. I told you, I love a good puzzle. I get really involved in it. I've almost posted on the Reddit. I never post on Reddit. But
you almost posted on the Reddit?
I've almost posted on the Reddit. I have some things they haven't said. I'm like, did you not notice this?
You should. Just throw it in there.
I should come up with like you can't connect it to me in any way. I mean, you could if you really dug deep, but it has to be different than like any other username I've ever used or something. I don't know. I've thought about it. But besides the point, they're really into this podcasting thing. And it was funny to hear them talk about some industry things that we are dealing with. So one is they have kind of a throwaway comment where Mabel is like, should I be recording video? You know, video podcast is the thing now.
Oh my God, that's too real.
It's too real. I was like, no.
Don't do it.
It's true, listeners. It's true. It used to be all about video, and then they told us that it's not making any money, and then
JK.
Now they're like, get the video going, and we're like, wait a minute, I gotta put makeup on.
Right. Video now, podcasts have gone from storytelling to interviews.
Yeah.
And rewatching.
Well, that's another thing is that, Samantha and I love a good interview. If it's a good fit.
If it's a good fit.
This has already had like two kind of famous people try to get on their podcast being like, I could be on there. And they're like,
that's not
that's not really what we are, and that's not what we're looking for. And I just was like, yeah, I feel that.
It feels awkward when we're like, I don't think you know what our show is about.
I don't think you even cared to look what it was. You just want to come on.
We have some good numbers and good listeners.
Yeah, we get this, not to make this, I mean, we're very lucky in our job not to make this some kind of, but we get this like every day cold calls, let me on, let me talk about this. Right. And it's always kind of like, really? Do you know who we are? Do you know?
I would like to see if, like they criticize, because we get this a pretty good bit, but we just got one recently that I know they don't listen to this show because the criticism was very specific and like, but I am that. And you're telling me that I'm not doing well and because I don't have anybody on the show that represents that, but I am that. So I'm confused what you're talking about. Like, so they call us out and get angry without knowing what we're about. And I'm like, or not knowing who we are. So I'm like, do people have this problem or is it just us?
Yeah. I would imagine that a lot of people get this. And to be clear, we get some great suggestions and great, usually PR representatives or something who have done the research and
who understand who we are.
Yeah, so I don't want to say this is everybody, but we do get a lot where, I mean, we've gotten some, we've even read on here that it was comical how bad of a match it was. No. But in the instance in the show, it was also interesting because we get this sometimes too, and not that we're like that big of a deal, but people will say, I'll come on and I'll help you. I'm like, well, wait, why are you coming to, I don't know you. Is this out of the kindness of your heart? So what is this?
Like, what is this?
Yeah, and that, that was a real big push a couple of years ago. And it still is, but a couple of years ago, it was like, you've got to collaborate. You've got to be with everybody in all kinds of spaces. And I don't think that's a bad idea, again, if you're a good fit. But a couple of years ago, that was the whole thing. Like, you'll get there, listeners, and they'll get your listeners. And I'm just kind of like, if it's a good fit, maybe. But otherwise, I don't think that's going to work like you think it's going to work.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because, like, as many shows we've been on and people have been on our shows, I'm not sure if that's a real thing. Because they don't understand when you're on a podcast that's not like yours, that you have, like, your own opinions and all those thoughts and great interaction with people, great. But then when you come onto the podcast, you're like, wait, this is not what I expected. I was like, yeah, we're very educational, research, all these things, and very focused. We have a focus it's not just this other entertaining way. And our podcast is different, is set up differently.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good thing. But the shock is kind of like, oh,
yeah.
never mind.
We've definitely had some swaps where they've come on and been like, this is not what I thought it would be. Like, yeah, this is what we've been doing. But here's my theory, and I could be wrong. I think there's two cases, these collaborations on the show. I think they're both going to come on. But I think it's because of I think they're going to be trying to draw somebody out. This is one of my theories. Yes. Also, they definitely have done illegal stuff on their podcast, but whatever.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, no, because they're doing like a true crime podcast where they're investigating a murder, and some of the stuff they've done, I'm like, no, that's illegal. That's for sure illegal. But okay, okay.
I remember the first season because it's been a long time since I'm like, y'all are contaminating scenes. What is happening?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely a lot of that going on. A lot. Also, something we have discussed is that since the pandemic, we record from home, often in our PJs or something. It's not glamorous. It's not a glamorous thing. And so they've encountered that too, where people are expecting it to be like really fancy. And then they're like, no, we record in this corner over here. That's it.
Well, that's nice to see because right now the setups for podcasts are like cushy lounges with giant arms with no shielding and no like insulation. I was like, that doesn't seem efficient.
No. Yeah, it was interesting just because, in some cases I'm looking at their equipment. I'm like, this is kind of what we do use. But it's pretty nice. I guess their access to like security footage is nice. It's explained well enough, but I'm like, okay.
That feels suspicious.
Yeah. But another comment that really stuck out to me is Mabel is getting introduced to this kind of friend she had a falling out with, who's very famous now, a very famous influencer / musician. And Mabel, I guess, feels like secondary to her, like looked down on by her. And Mabel's like, oh, I have my podcast. Have you heard about my podcast? And she says, I only listen to podcasts to fall asleep. It's like, yeah, I've heard that before.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Hey, it's a download for me.
Right. All good. I've told my friends, don't listen to it. Just download it.
That's fine. But it was just so funny because I have heard that so many times.
That's funny.
Yeah. I get it. I've heard some people have written in, they use it to lull their pets to sleep.
Surely not our voices.
I don't know, Samantha. I definitely got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
My voice.
Oh, that's a compliment. Yeah, that's a compliment. For real.
No, I was into it. Don't get me wrong. I'm merely laughing at this because it feels very, again, telling they're aware of the podcast space because I'm
glad.
Yeah. And we do get that comment a lot. Or at least in general, podcasters do. They get you help me fall asleep at night.
Thanks.
Excellent. All right. So those are just some things that I thought were really funny. It did give me some of these like, oh yeah, they're definitely pushing for video podcasts. Oh yeah, like those sort of flashes into what they want from us. And it makes me wonder, because the only Murders in the Building podcast is a video podcast. So I was like,
in real life or theirs?
In real life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was kind of like, did you get pushed into this? Is that why? Because that's another thing is we've seen a rise in celebrity podcasts that sometimes we chafe a little at, because it's sort of like, I've been here and here you are. I've been working in this space. Ultimately, whatever. But it is sort of something we've seen where a lot of celebrities have entered the space, and for better or worse in some cases. Some of them are great. But just that whole thing of, now the shows have a video companion podcast.
Right.
All of this stuff. It's changed so much since I started, for sure, when no one knew what a podcast was. And now.
I still try to explain a podcast to people, though, surprisingly.
I think some people still don't know. I remember it used to be a big... If you had Apple technology, you were far more likely to know what a podcast was.
Right.
As opposed to if you didn't. I don't know if that's still true, but...
Be interesting.
Yeah, we should
do revisit statistics and podcasting.
We should. We
could.
We should. And we do hear from you listeners, some of you who have podcasts, so that's always fun too. And it really has changed. It really has changed. And it's cyclical in some ways that I find interesting. But we'll come back and revisit the actual stats for now. I just wanted to have a fun moment about this is what I've been seeing in the media.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yes. Well, listeners, if you have any thoughts about this, please let us know. You can email us at hello@stuffmonevertoldyou.com. You can also find us on Blue Sky at Mom Stuff Podcast, or on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff One Never Told You. We're also on YouTube, though it's not really a video podcast. We have new merch at Cotton Bureau, and we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks as always to our super producer Christina, our executive producer Maya, and our contributor Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is production by iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorite shows.